Hey guys, what's up? My name is Cress, and welcome back to another First Impressions review. I'm gonna quickly apologize if you hear any noise in the background. It's my guinea pigs. This is just kind of the best place to do this, so, you know. Anyway, I am doing a First Impressions on the game God of War's Future Past. That just came out like a week ago if you're watching this video when it comes out around the same time. And it is a strategy JRPG made by NIS America. It's on the PS4 and the Vita, which I got the PS4 version. I don't have a Vita, so anything I say will be about the PS4. Because who knows, the Vita might not run as smooth or look as nice. I don't know, but this is just the PS4 version. So I felt like I wanted to do my own review because I saw a lot of like company reviews, you know, because I follow a lot of companies on Twitter and I see the reviews and all that kind of stuff, and I feel like you can't ever really trust the company reviews that much because I feel like they only play like maybe an hour into the game. They don't really dive in, or even less than an hour. Sometimes it feels like they don't even play 10 minutes of the game that they're reviewing. They just kind of look at it, go, oh yeah, it looks okay, give it a 7 out of 10, there you go. Welcome. So I felt like, hey, maybe I should do a little review myself on it and kind of give my opinions based on the type of gameplay style that I like. So a few things I'm going to talk about are going to be like my personal things, and they're not necessarily bad or good in terms of how they made the game. It's just kind of like my personal things that I do or dislike, whatever. But I think I want to quickly just talk about like the thing that I find the most appealing about this game, because I think that's probably what people want to know the most, is about the story. And I've only gotten to chapter 2. I just got there, so I haven't done enough in the game probably to again do a full review. So I don't know how many chapters there are. I haven't looked that up. But so far, the entirety of chapter 1, which is kind of long by the way, is actually really good. I enjoy the story. I enjoy the characters. I love the character designs. A few are a bit, you know, but they always have to do one fan servicey character in every game. But anyway, the story is really nice. So you're basically this girl, she's a princess, and you go to find your mother who you haven't seen in like 13 years. So you have to travel across the country because nobody knows where she is, type of thing. And you meet friends along the way and yada yada yada. One of my guinea pigs just sneezed. It's adorable, guys. I'm sorry if you didn't hear it, but it's a pretty interesting story, and I think it's done really well from this cutscenes and kind of the pacing of the story too. I adore the cutscenes. There's like pretty much comic style cutscenes, which is really cute, and I think they're done really well. And I love the regular cutscenes too, and just overall the regular scenes when you're in the game, when you're playing the game as well too. Again, the characters are really nice. They're all unique and personality-wise, but they all really care about the princess. Well, most of them really care about the princess. You gotta have the few that aren't, you know, team players, right? But I do really enjoy the characters, and I think that's the biggest appeal of this game. Again, I've only done the first chapter, so who knows? The story could just tank later on down the line, but I don't think it will. I think it's well put together. And I think that they probably focused majority of their efforts onto the story, which is something that I really like. People might not care about that being a strategy game. That's up to you. But for me, I love when fighting games have a good story. Most don't, but it's nice. I'm a person who really loves the story of any type of game. And so, like, dependent or not, if I'll play it, but I enjoy a good story, or at least if it's short, make it a well done short story. But so far the story seems good. I don't think it's gonna tank, but basically I find that to be the best appeal of this game. Although what I'm gonna say next is probably really appealing to other people, but to me it's not so much. I actually really don't like the gameplay of this game. Now, I love strategy games, don't get me wrong, but I don't like this kind of strategy game, because I don't like when my gameplay is super slow paced. Now, comparing it to Fire Emblem, especially the newer games, they're a lot faster in terms of the gameplay. The movement speed is faster, you can skip their turn, you can skip the entirety of their turn, or just certain units, and it's not based on who's faster in terms of your units. It's just like, oh hey, the enemy goes first, and then you go next, and then yada yada, not one of their players goes, and one of your players goes, and two of their players go, then you get whatever. I don't like the format of, you know, it's back and forth, or like 2 for you and then 3 for the other. I like when it's like they go, then you go, separate things. That's what I like about turn-based. But I just hate how slow the gameplay is. It really makes me not want to play it. It feels like I'm playing the same mission for 5 hours because it takes just so long just to get to the other side of the map. And it really is slow. I don't like it. And this is just my personal opinion. I think that there's probably loads of people that adore this style of strategy games. They prefer the slower pace. They prefer being able to revive your allies when they have like 5 turns left to die. Kind of morbid, but you know. And they just kind of prefer the style. But I don't, alright? And that's not what turns... And it doesn't turn me off from the game because I'm like, this is the style that they wanted to go into. It's not their fault. This is what they wanted, and they achieved it, I think. They did well by this certain strategy gameplay style. They did well by it. It's just not what I like personally. So it's not a problem. So if you really like this style, then this is great. They did a great job. But if you're like me and you prefer, say, Fire Emblem, and you just don't like super slow-paced gameplay, then I don't know, maybe think of getting this on sale even though it just came out, or passing it all together if you really just can't get over that. I, for one, if the story is really good, I will put up with the gameplay as best as I possibly can. So that's what I'm doing. And I think really that it's not that bad. For me, it's bad, but for other people, it's probably fantastic. And that's really like the only problem that I have, that it can't be fixed. Like, you know, it's not their fault again, and it's not going to get any better as time goes on. And the same thing goes for, unfortunately, the voice acting. The English dub is terrible. It is so bad. There are a few characters that have really good voice actors, but the English dub is... It's like I'm dying on the inside when I hear some of the people talk. I can't. Yes, there is Japanese voice actors, but there's no subtitles for cutscenes. There's no subtitle option in the menus. It's really weird. I think nowadays every game should have a subtitle option unless you're an indie brand or something, you know? But even sometimes indie brands use subtitles, so it's kind of like... I think there's subtitles in the dialogue between characters, but in the cutscenes there's not. So if you don't mind missing important dialogue in like animated cutscenes, then go the Japanese voice actor route. Because, oh, the English voice actors are so terrible. NIS America isn't that bad, and they should know. You know, I mean, they're the producers, I think, but, you know, it just, oh my god. I don't like it. I don't know what they were thinking. I will get over that if they say that, oh hey, they were brand new voice actors, we wanted to give them a shot, we wanted to start up their career. Then I'd be like, okay, you know what? It's fine. No one's perfect at what they're supposed to do when they start out. No one's perfect at that. If they are new to the voice acting game, they've only done a few titles, or this is the first one, I'll forgive them. You know? But if they're like veterans and they're still that terrible, because like... even veterans, like, dub never sounds perfect, compared to the original. But there comes to a point where it sounds just so bad that you just want to jump off a bridge. Like, no joke. And this is pretty bad. Again, if they're new to the game, I don't care. You know? I'm glad that they're giving you opportunities, and I hope that you'll be able to improve in the future, and all that kind of good stuff. But really... is nothing that can change either. It's gonna be there the entire game. If you don't care about the voice acting, then by all means. Like, I think this is a perfectly good game, besides the voice acting. And then no subtitles thing. That's just the weirdest decision that they made. Maybe they just didn't have enough money for that. I don't know. But, oh my god, the voice acting is god awful. Like, I just kind of want to laugh too. I feel bad. I don't want to insult the voice actors, but, you know, in this day and age, it's kind of really important to have good voice acting if you're going the voiced route. But anyway, I think this is a really good game regardless. If you can put past the voice acting, if you don't mind the style of gameplay, because the story is really good and overall it's a well-built game, and I think people should try and check it out. And especially, or just, you know, start watching a Let's Play on it, though I don't think strategy games are the best for Let's Plays, but that's just my opinion again. I do recommend checking it out if you really love strategy games, because they did a good job in terms of gameplay, in terms of story, and I hope it gets better too for me. I'm really looking forward to it. But anyway, that's all I have to say about this review, so I hope you all enjoyed it, and will hopefully check out the game at least. And I'll see you guys for my next first impressions or full review. Bye!